spearheaded this project. The leadership of the chambers embarked on an exploratory and fact-finding mission, engaging with other hubs for insights and ideas. Armed with valuable knowledge and experience, they were well prepared to proceed with this ambitious initiative.
The Innovation Hub is a collaborative effort between LCCI and our partners, BOI, IHS, KDP, to encourage entrepreneurial skills development for our SMEs, technology and innovation development. We are moving with the times. We are trying as much as possible to bridge a gap in our society. There are a lot of youths now that need and spaces for technology innovation, SME development, and we see this as an opportunity to create that in our own edifice here in Lcci.
The vision of this hub is you don't have the necessary support, but you can walk in here, come in here, and you can leverage on the infrastructure that the LCCI BOI offers. SMEs can come conceptualize ideas, innovate in business and also technology, and also provide basically to serve as a business networking archive for young entrepreneurs. We have the co-working space, and that's you're looking for. You don't have the privilege to own your own office space. You can come here, take a seat and do your work. We also have private rooms. You need a private room for meeting engagements. You don't need to worry about your electricity bill or security. Everything is provided here. We have a boardroom as well. You have meeting engagements with your board and executives. You have something here at the LCCI Innovation Hub. We have training rooms for seminars, for conferences, and we also have digital tech rooms, which has been provided by the KVP partners and the IHS towers. We have desktop, we have a 3D printer, we also have a business center, laminating machine. So I can assure you this is a one-stop center for small businesses, not just small businesses. Even as an entrepreneur or your business owner, you're thinking of reducing costs, you're thinking of business networking, you're thinking of accessibility to other innovative people where you can come together and share ideas. This is a facility that you can leverage on and take your business to the next level.
Well, the center is also for capacity building. You look at that, you see that we have various training rooms, and as much as possible to also create access to capital, because we're having our partners, BOI, and other sponsors coming in, Providus Bank, and as well as Lcci, to ensure that the transmission to use the center, and even SMIDA to use the center to galvanize opportunities for young and budding entrepreneurs. This is not accidental. It's born out of a collaborative effort between us and our sponsors, and we are very, very grateful to them. We really appreciate them and we thank them for all that they have done and they will still want to do for us.
We are telling you at the LCCI BOI Innovation Hub, you cannot afford to do business alone. You cannot afford to struggle through the journey of being the next Dangote. VIP partners and the IHS towers. We have desktop, we have a 3D printer, we also have a business center, a laminating machine. So I can assure you this is a one-stop center for small businesses, not just small businesses. Even as an entrepreneur or your business owner, you are thinking of reducing costs, you are thinking of business networking, you are thinking of accessibility to other innovative people where you can come together and share ideas. This is a facility that you can leverage on and take your business to the next level.
Well, the center is also for capacity building. You look at that, you see that we have various training rooms, and as much as possible to also create access to capital, because we're having our partners, BOI, and other sponsors coming in, Providus Bank, and as well as Lcci, to ensure that the transmission to use the center, and even SMIDA to use the center to galvanize opportunities for young and budding entrepreneurs. This is not accidental. It's born out of a collaborative effort between us and our sponsors, and we are very, very grateful to them. We really appreciate them, and we thank them for all that they have done and they will still want to do for us.
We are telling you at the Lcci BOI Innovation Hub, you cannot afford to do business alone. You cannot afford to struggle through the journey of being the next Dangote. Everything we have in this facility will help you achieve that goal that you desire in business. Welcome to Lcci BOI Innovation Hall.
A very good morning to us. Good to have us here. I hope I didn't. We are well sheltered and we are warm in here as well. I want to believe that. So it's once again good morning, and I want to look to your left and to your right and say good morning to somebody beside you as business people. Very good. Very, very good. So the smile has started coming out. That's very good. So this is a great day, and it's all about, say, collaboration, networking. It's all about business. It's all about exhibiting and showing yourself, and also it's all about Providus Bank. We're glad to have you. But before we continue, we want to start with our own national kind of prayer, and that is the national, which our technical crew will help us start with. Thank you. So we'll also stand as we take the national anthem. Thank you very much. Nigeria, we are in heaven. Try and tongue may deliver. In brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Thank you very much. Can we now give a round of applause to our Nigeria? Let's give a round of applause to our dear nation, Nigeria. We have only one country, Nigeria. We have only one land, Nigeria. We only have one people, and that is Nigeria as well. We are all Nigerians here, and also those who are going to join us, we also want to call them Nigerians. They are part of us today. Oh, on the part of introduction, I'd love to, first of all, thank you all for being here, and also introduce our president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, president and also chairman of the council, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, FCA. Is absent, but is also with us. We would have been here, but it's also with us in spirit. So let's appreciate him. Also, I want to thank, welcome, or I say, acknowledge Director General for the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Chinyere Almona, FCA. Also, she would have been here, but she's well represented indeed here. And yes, representing her, we want to recognize Director of the Business Education Services and Training of the LCCI, none other than Dr. Taiwo Nola Salausa. He's also here present. Yes, thank you, sir. Okay, I want to also acknowledge the presence of our partners, that is Ndidi Mordi, who is representing Dr. Mrs. Abosede, Group Head Education and Faith-Based Organizations under Institutional Banking of the Providus Bank. Please let's also acknowledge and give a round of applause to her. And so she's here with us, okay? And acknowledge the presence of Nemeka Namaka Ihuoma, the team head, business solutions and development, also of Providus. Please let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Ma, for being here. Okay, and also to recognize the presence of one of us here, Mr. Isaac, of also when it comes to accounting and finance of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He's the head, he's in charge, and also we cannot do without money here because I can decide. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, on this note, I would love to give audience or Lcci welcome to the podium Dr. Taiwo Nola Salausa, who will also stand in here to give the welcome remarks on behalf of the Director General, Dr. Chinyere Amona FCA. Dr. Taiwo, please, I'd love to bring you to the stage. Thanks so much, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I understand the nature is affecting a lot of people coming in. I didn't know. I was in my office and I didn't know that it's really raining outside. They said the rain, traffic, and all. So we expect other people to join us soon. She's usually here every year, and part of why we look forward to the DG always coming now is because she go around and start from everybody. I hope she'll still be able to make it, but she's actually in another meeting somewhere today. But she has asked me on her behalf to give these remarks to you all. So you may hear my voice, but actually this is the word of the Director General. So let me read from our text. The Chairperson, Board of Best Unit and Vice President of the FCCI, Mrs. Funmilayo Bakare Okeowo, Vice President of the FCCI here present, members of the Council of the FCCI, distinguished social guests and partner Providus Bank, members of the Board of Best, representatives of our worthy partners, our esteemed mentees, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you at the third LCCI Mentoring Exhibition at Providus Bank Day, which has become one of the major highlights of the LCCI Entrepreneurship Mentoring Program. They say that a single tree does not make a forest, and truly this gathering reminds us that it takes a community to nurture and grow successful entrepreneurs. Together, we are building a future rooted in collaboration, resilience, and shared purpose. The LCCI Entrepreneurship Mentoring Program complements our mission as a chamber, which is to promote and protect the interests of members and introduction to accounting and bookkeeping, among others. It is also worthy of note that these sessions have been facilitated by members of the LCCI Executive Committee. Likewise, some of our staff, Mr. Isaac, thank you for being part of the for our faculty. Alongside reputable organizations within the business community who continues to lend their expertise and support the development of the next generation of business leaders. I would like to take this moment to sincerely appreciate Providus Bank, an ever reliable bank. I don't know if you bank with Providus Bank, I bank with Providus Bank. I probably see it, I have like 3-4 accounts with Providus Bank and they've never let me down. You know, our major partner, Providus Bank, we really thank you. Their unwavering support has not only enriched this year's edition in Paris, but also demonstrated a deep commitment to the growth of entrepreneurship in Nigeria. That's why we invited you to come and put an ATM in our edifice here. I hope it's coming soon. Yes. Their commitment and institutional banking have been instrumental in the successful execution of the entrepreneurship and MSMEs development initiative within the chamber. I understand you just launched a particular product too, where I think maybe it's part of a POS or something where the entrepreneur can see the balance, but whoever is working cannot see something like that. I was seeing the review online. So that's very good. And I hope this can be initiated, to our different entrepreneurs here today. Yeah? They call notify. Okay. All right. I would also like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the Bank of Industry and our partners and sponsors for their generosity and support, and everyone who has played a vital role in the success of this program. Thank you for being here and for giving me your attention. Together, we will go far. For Lcci Mona FCA, Director General, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you. So that is the address from Director General, our Amazon, our lady fighter, our heroine. She's a very, very amazing woman. I hope somehow we'll still get to see her here before the day runs. But for us here, please, this kind of clinic is not something, this is to be exciting. So let's take our time. Let's listen and please let's participate and ask questions. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Please give him a bigger round of applause. Thank you, sir. Remember, he has stood here representing not just himself, but also representing the Director General of the LCCI and also extending to the President of the LCCI. So that's a great one. We appreciate you, sir. Okay, we're wondering what is LCCI EMP all about? For some of us who are new to this particular program. And you may have heard from others. Probably I'm speaking to our mentees now, you must have also heard on the day of the orientation. But we would love to now tell you and tell all those who are joining us the brief overview of the LCCI EMP. And to take that, I'm looking towards our own team here from the LCCI, none other than our Senior Manager of the Business Education Services and Training Unit of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mrs. Adedoyin Ekundayo, please. Please let's give a round of applause. Is a mic, look, see, this is a mighty man. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Good morning, everyone. It's beautiful to see you all on this beautiful location, the LCCI EMP exhibition and business clinic, and particularly to our sponsors, we thank you once again, Providus Bank, Thank you for believing in this vision. Thank you for partnering with us to invest in entrepreneurship in Nigeria. So I just want to give a brief overview, standing on existing protocol. Our president, the DG, of course, a very special guest of today, the Providus Bank, and standing on existing protocol, go ahead and talk about what this program is all about. We've been doing this for 12 years, and I believe over the years we've also evolved. This initiative, like you are saying, is the corporate social responsibility of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And I like to brag so much that this is an organization that we've been existing for the past 137 years. Please put your hands together for the LCCI. You know, it's not a joke. And to attain the centenary, that means we've been doing some things right. We've been getting some things. We know the work, and we've been walking the path. And at the point in time, the LCCI team did feel that, okay, we've been doing this over the we're a business membership organization. We have members cut across different sectors of the economy. So what can we do to help other people too that are aspiring to be business owners? They're aspiring to scale up their business processes. And someone we usually call her the matron of this program, that's our past president, Mrs. Toki Mabugunje, and some group of people just decided, okay, we've been having a structured mentoring process. Of course, you know, when you have a group of people together, oh, can I, you know, business networking and everything. So we decided to come together and she decided, I was in here to come together and have a structured mentoring program. That's okay. And I went to a boarding house in Niger State, and then when the federal government were popular, and I could remember how many years ago, 40-something years ago, and I got into school. I was over to my school mother, just coming from Lagos all the way to Niger State. And over there, the school mother was meant to be like your guardian angel. Just she has been in school for up to how many years, just to show you the path, protect you, guide you, and ensure that you are properly settled all through your, you know, babyhood journey in school. And that is what this entrepreneurship program is about, that there are some people that have gone ahead in business. There are people that are already structured, they know the process, they know the pitfalls, and you know, they can help you based on their wealth of experience. And this program is all about that process, to handhold a young entrepreneur out there so you don't have to make the same mistake. And like we always say, experience is the best teacher. If someone has walked that path up before, that person can effectively guide you along the paths of your business journey. And that program was instituted then, and we started in the year 2013. And like the director has said, the first people we had then, we had 20 set of people in partnership with Kudrat and Abiola Foundation. I'm not sure if they are still existing. We came together, conceptualized, and the vision was born. And today, it's bigger than what we started with, because I was here in 2014. We had another set of 25 over the years, and particularly, you know, Providus Bank has helped us to scale through this initiative to the entrepreneurs. Before Providus Bank came, we were doing the numbers below 30. But the entire year that Providus Bank decided to partner with us, we had over 100 people registered for the program. Last year too, we had over 100, and this year too is the same testimony. So please, at this point, can we put our hands together for Providus Bank? And I can assure you that this program has a lot of people we have a lot of beneficiaries from this program. They've won national award. During the course of this, you would also see video. Someone that was part of this mentoring program went ahead to do interiors for a then minister. So, and someone also won Standing Back Entrepreneurship Award, even international awards. So, so the program is structured almost 9 months, so to 1 year, where we give, you know, business training of all sorts, over 25 business trainings with seasoned, you know, facilitators in their various fields. training such as customer service, e-commerce, exports. Tell me, you were part of the class. Can somebody give you some of, business model, strategy, business law and ethics? So it's a rich, robust business training. And after that, we also have the business clinic that we're having today in partnership with Providus Bank. Afterwards, we have the business stores, whereby we take the entrepreneurs to the various organizations just to give them hope, to also show them that somebody started out, just trusting, and today they have their businesses, they have their processes. You go to, third generation businesses. We go to businesses, foreigners as well, that are succeeding in Nigeria. So we try to paint different pictures to them that, okay, this journey is possible. This journey is a reality. And afterwards, we also have various times of exhibition in the course of the year, particularly the Lagos International Trade Fair, that they are giving the chance to exhibit for free for 10 days. And afterwards, which is the main juice of this program, is to pair them up with an experienced mentor. And that exercise takes place between 6 to 8 weeks. Somebody is there at your side, looking through your books, checking, helping you with your errors and charting them up for you. And I think this, just as a token of commitment fee that the Providus Bank has made possible, so that it can support us to cushion the effect, and we can absorb many, many more other entrepreneurs. So that is what the program is all about, and at the end of the day, we've had, people that started with nothing. They started this program, and as a result, I can tell you testimonies and testimony, because I've been in this journey for over 10 years. People that they just started, they didn't know, when they come in the course of the class, branding, they start to improve their branding, this, and, based on the interaction, even the networking experience. And after this program, you are opportune to be a member of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry at a very, very discounted, very, very discounted rate. I can't tell you how discounted it is, because if you need to pick up a membership of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I know what the cost is. But now, after going through this program, you are permitted to come in through this platform, and you pay a token. Please welcome with me Dr. Sonny. Dr. Sonny, please come up here. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dr. Sonny. You're welcome, sir. So at a very, 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 very discounted rate, that you can be a member of the chamber. And the particular interesting thing, this building, this hub was commissioned on Monday. I don't know how many of you were here, and it just took us 3 months to do this. And the sets of entrepreneurs that we've graduated over the years came together and contributed over 1 million naira as investment. So you can see that we are really investing in these ones, and they have come back to invest in the legacy that we have built in them. So I can assure you, if you are here, you're wondering, can I be part of this program? We are open every year. I believe next year again we'll be gathered for the 13th edition. And I believe you are here also, you want to take your business higher, or you want to scale up your business, have avenues for business network, access to market, access to finance. This is a one-stop avenue for you. So thank you all very much. Thank you for your attention. There's still a lot of offering from today. Like Dr. Taiwo mentioned, you have a tax consultant, you have the Providus Bank that will tell us more about their services. Their POS is here, and how you can also ride on some of the products they have. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sekundayo. Let's give her a powerful round of applause again. Thanks so much. Yes, the third edition of this particular Lcci EMP clinic and exhibition, as well as Providus Bank Day. And I know that Providus Bank will still have more days like this, year in, year out, going forward. I know that will happen. So we're doing third this year. We're expecting 4th, 5th, 6th, like that going on. So, and this is the 12th edition of generally the Lcci EMP. And I was thinking, this set, have you found a code name for yourself? So when I mentioned Lcci EMP, you give me your own, you chorus your own. Have you found a name for yourselves yet? And a slogan that will go with it? Okay. Yeah, still okay. Okay. Just like when they say the Bundi name mama, they now hear them say their own. They will not respond. So let's start working on it. So that's unity, cooperation, collaboration, working together so that we can now hear you at events like this. Okay, we're going on to the next part. We want to tell you. Okay. Yes, I have to do this before we watch what is going to be shown on the screen shortly. Yes, as we are going on, a very important person also stepped in, and that none other than Dr. Sonny Meza. He's the director of the research and advocacy department of the LCCI, who actually came here to represent the president of the LCCI. Sir, you're welcome. He's here. Dr. Sonny. Okay, thank you so much. So, Tech, are we ready for the video presentation? Okay, good. Please, let's.
I've been in business for about 10 years or thereabouts. I was having challenges with my business and I have so many things going on in my head, and I thought I needed to know more.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is the arm of the organized private sector that promotes advocacy, promotes trade, commerce and investment. Apart from encouraging or creating a platform for commerce and industry to happen, we also have to find a way to facilitate efficiency in the system. So BEST is really business, education, services and training.
I got to hear about BEST from Kind. You know, this Kodiras initiative. We are the pioneers of the BEST in 2013. During the program, they talked about business plans and all that. And one of the facilitators talked about business plans. She said, who here among here wants to be like Dangote or wants his business to go to the next level and be able to buy a big car like Honda? I raised my hands up and I said, I'm the one. And she said, you are the one. Do you have a business plan? I said, no. What about strategy? I said, I'm thinking about it. So she laughed and said, look at you, and you want to be one of those big business owners. You are not serious.
The unique thing about BEST is the fact that BEST is inclusive of chamber members. We have a sectoral group called Professional Practice Group, where we have different professionals in different callings and areas who are experts in their areas. So what BEST does is to aggregate all these interests, bring them together, and they serve as facilitators in delivering world-class trainings and consulting services for chamber members as well as the general public. And in recent times too, he's been also been involved in MSME training, entrepreneurship, and skills youth development engagement.
It's very important as a female entrepreneur to be in a learning environment. Some of the things they taught us, law, taxation, organizational structure, leadership, you know, some of the hard skills, how are you able to put your books together, accounting. It was really, really robust, very enriching.
It's a diverse class, so you have people from the IT sector, you have people that are going into agriculture, you have people that are in education sector. But the principles are there. So what we'll teach you is, as you are going to your niche, how do you take this thing that we've given you and apply it? The peculiar challenge, I would say, is helping people unlearn what they have learned, relearn, and open their minds to be able to receive what they have come for in the class.
I had the opportunity to engage with some of the facilitators who changed my perspective of combining technology with my business for sustainability. And then the second aspect of it is the highlight of going to visit a particular manufacturing company. Now, this manufacturing company we visited is a third or fourth generation manufacturing company. And as a first generation garment manufacturing company, I was able to understand the dynamics of how they've been able to do business for over 30, 40 years.
All of us are always excited when it comes to mentoring, pairing. And I was paired with Mr. Idausa.
We take each mentee as an individual who at least has a passion to do some kind of business, to convert that passion into a profitable enterprise. From planning the business, from the first few months or years of finding resources to run the business, whether it's from family or friends or from an agency like some of the agencies that support startups. And then we go through the process of product development. Many of them already have products, but we go through the fundamentals of product development and product testing, and then introduction, market access.
We have a training hub, which is the learning and development aspect of it, where we share pre-scheduled calendar yearly. We also have on-site trainings for different organizations beside the calendar. We have lots of collaborations with Lagos State University, LBS, that is Lagos Business School, University of Lagos, now the National Open University. And we have a lot of other collaborations with our German partners, ISK, GIZ, SIQUA.
During that period of the mentorship program, there is this opening for grants for entrepreneurs, and I applied for the UWIN. It was the UWIN 2, and I won, and I was very happy to win the grant then, which was about 8 million. Then I started that African team interior. It helped me to reach more customers, and I was able to employ some more youth, like was more or less like a micro then. So I was able to have more hands. So I got about 8 or 10 employees with me then, and we grew our business. We made a profit about this 3 times the amount at that time within a very short time.
Anybody from any organization can apply. As long as you own a business, you can always be eligible to participate in any of our programs. As long as you're growing and a budding entrepreneur, we have programs that suit you as well. We have a 7-year program now, tag the Lcci Secondary School,
I know there's a time when we are going to have what we call holograms, and you see the person, you look like a real human being, and you want to touch the person, not knowing that it's simply air that's passed. You pass through air, not touching the person. So holograms will come in here soon, and I believe that's going to happen shortly. Okay, so I think we are ready, yes, and we want to link up with the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. This is our own studio now. We are going to look up with his own studio in that aspect with Mr. Sheya Abiodun. I don't know if he can hear us currently right now. Please
I can hear you.
Can hear
Good
us.
morning. I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. And if your video is on, so we may check on that.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
Very good. And you can see everyone here as well.
Well, I can see you, but previously I was seeing every other person.
Okay,
but
good.
It's fine. I can see you guys.
All right, here. So I guess so, sir, you have the mic now. Though you already had the mic since.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Anchor. Permit me to please stand on existing protocols. Right, so I have a slide that I will share. In the next couple of minutes, we are going to be talking about business from the finance point of view, because I'm a finance person. So, and the best thing I can talk about to business owners is finance. So I've titled this Finance for Business Owners. Can you guys see my slide? And you can hear me clearly? Okay, finance for business owners. The first thing I want to talk about is what is the difference between self-employment and entrepreneurship? In the last couple of months of working with small business owners, I've seen that a lot of people do not understand the difference between being a self-employed person and being an entrepreneur. So how do you distinguish or differentiate these two terms? If your business cannot run without you, and this is practical, just think about it for a minute. If I leave my business for 30 days, will it run smoothly without me? And that's a question for you to answer. It's more of self-reflection. The other one is, if that is the case, if your business cannot run without you, then you don't own a business. What you have is another job. Real entrepreneurship is about systems, scale, structure, and not hustle. Let me give you a typical example. There is this tailor that one of my best tailors in the last 7 years. I used to use him when I was in Lagos. I got talking to him at one point like that, and I'm like, why is it that you've been in this same space, in the same shop, doing the same thing for over 7 years? For me, I've known him for more than 7 years, and he's been there for maybe 3 years before then. So 10 years on the same spot. Then he started with the story of, okay, he's not been able to trust people, he's not been able to find people to trust and all of that. But the long and short of the story is a lot of people are trapped at a level because they don't understand the difference between being self-employed and being a business owner. The major difference is systems. And I'm going to talk about systems in the next couple of slides. You heard people say things like structure your business, but I believe they don't break it down for people to understand. What does it mean to structure a business? I've divided it into 4 different dimensions. If I say structure your business, I'm talking about these 4 key terms. The first one is operations. I'm talking about have operation structure for your business. I'm talking about marketing and sales structure. I'm talking about customer service structure. I'm talking about finance structure. What are some of examples that I can think about? From the operations point of view, what is the standard delivery timeline? Let's say you are a fashion designer on this call and you want to set up operation structure for your business. You make different garments, skirt and blouse, gowns, and all of those things. Those are the items that you make in your business. In setting up structures for that kind of operations, what you do is you may have to time yourself. Maybe you get one of your tailors, and I want to find out how long will it take for us to make skirt and blouse? If it takes you 4 hours and you do it again and it takes you like 4.5 hours, you do it again, it takes you about 4 hours, 45 minutes. You can now come up with an average. Say, okay, the maximum time allowed to make this item in our business is 4 hours, 30 minutes. What you have done is to create an operation structure in terms of time for that particular element of your business. So you do that across board, and that becomes like a Bible for your business. So every of your tailors, they now know that for us to make this item, we need 4 hours, 30 minutes. That will also guide your pricing. So if any tailor now takes 5 hours to make that item, you know that you are taking too long. You are going above the standard. So that is what structure allows you to do. The other one is marketing and sales structure. So what are the marketing activity that is standard in our business? Customer service. I used to say that when we say get customer data, when customers come into your business for the last 6 months, do you have the data of all customers that have come into your business, that have bought from you? What is the utility of this? One of the very important utilities is you want to maintain friendliness with your customers so that on their birthdays, on their anniversaries, you can send them presents. As good as that is minoring on the major. That's not the essence of customer data. One of the most important advantage of having customer data is so you can make strategic decisions in your business. Let me give you a typical example. You want to open another branch of your business. What are the metrics that will help you know that this is the best location to choose? Customer data. You just go into your customer data and look at it. In the last 1 year, where are the bulk of our customers coming from? Let's say your business is in Lcci, and you now saw, based on your customer record, that 50% of your customers are coming from Magodo. That is an inclination. It's an insight that your next branch should be in Magodo. So that is the importance of customer data. Another example, maybe your sales slows down. You have to go back to your customer data and look at it. People that have bought from us before, how can we do retargeting? It's called retargeting in marketing. How can we retarget them and bring them back again? How can we get our customers to recommend other customers to us? I would always love to say, guys, don't sleep on customer data. It's very important. The next one is your financing structure. In terms of invoicing, receipt, expense approval, what is the limit? As the CEO of the business, what is your approval limit for expenses? Do you have board? Maybe you're still at that phase where you don't even have board. You are the one deciding everything. You still need to have approval limit. For instance, as a CEO, it may be out of your purview or it may be a time waster if you want to be approving 5,000 naira, 6,000 naira expenses when you can easily get an accountant or someone that can handle that 6,000, 5,000. You give those people responsibility and authority to execute the responsibility. Again, structures that you need in your business: operations, marketing, customer service, and financing structure. So the next one, let me now drill down into finance, understanding your numbers, because I perceive that one of the challenges that small business owners have is this issue of numbers. A lot of people they have zero knowledge of their numbers. So what are the important financial metrics that you need to understand as a business owner? And I'm not saying that you should become an expert in them because you're not an accountant. You need to hire an accountant. Let's assume that the business is not even at the level you can hire an accountant. You can use software. You can even use normal book to take your record. Of course, you shouldn't be doing that right now because you are now in tech age where you are in Abuja. You want to access your record in Lagos, you can easily access it. You're out of the country, you can easily access your record. You should use software for that. And even though you have an accountant, you should also have a level of understanding of your books. These are the metrics. The first one is revenue. Revenue is the same as turnover and sales. That is the money that comes in from exchange of your products or service. The next one is cost of goods sold, which is essentially the costs. So these words are pretty straightforward. You just need to think about them. Well, cost of goods sold, what it costs you to sell a particular good. Then we have operating expenses, net profit, cash flow, break-even point, and customer acquisition costs. But I'm going to try and explain them with this illustration. This is what a typical account should look like, a simple account. On your account, you have your revenue. Revenue is the sales that you have made. So let's say you are, I like to use fashion designing or bakery business. Let's say you own a bakery business and you are preparing your account for the month of May. May is 2 months ago, or June. Let's use June, last month. The total revenue that you made in the month of June is X amount. Let's just put maybe 10 million. That's total revenue that you made. The first thing you do is to less your direct expenses. Direct expenses are those expenses that are directly related to that sales. Again, as a bakery owner, what are some of the direct expenses that you are likely to incur? The first one is cost of flour. The flour that you use in producing the bread is direct expenses. Another one could be the cost of laborers, the people that molded the bread, that worked in the bakery and all to put the dough together, to mix the dough and come up with a finished product. That is direct labor, right? Direct material in your case will be cost of flour, cost of sugar. I'm sure they mix butter with it as well, cost of butter, everything that you need to make that bread until it becomes a finished product. Salt, everything, all those comes under direct expenses or direct cost. So let's say your total direct cost is 4 million. I'm just taking random numbers as it comes to my mind. So the difference is 6 million. If you take 4 million from 10 million, you have 6 million. So the 6 million is your gross profit. So this is where a lot of people get it wrong. The fact that you made 10 million sales and you deduct your direct expenses doesn't mean the balance is your profit. It is only your gross profit. You still need to take it through another layer. You have to now take out your indirect expenses. Examples of indirect expenses, salaries of other staff that you have. Don't forget, in the first instance, you remove salaries of people or the wages of the direct labor, that the people that bake the bread. Now, you have other staff. Maybe you have admin staff, you have sales staff, and you as the owner of the business, you also need to be paid. Your salaries comes under indirect expenses. Marketing expenses, when you are done, you need to now market the product, cost of putting your flyer on Instagram. You want to do Instagram ad, you want to print flyers and actually distribute them, or anything that comes under marketing, you can put them as marketing expenses. And of course, logistics. Most bakeries will now have delivery van. If you have your own delivery van, good. If you don't have your own delivery van, and you have to now outsource that part of your operation, logistics, whatever cost that is. All other expenses, there are some expenses I didn't put here. Example, utilities. You're going to pay NEPA bill, or you bought petrol to power your operation. And even that petrol, you can also break it down to say direct expenses. For instance, now if when you were baking the bread, you needed fuel to do that, you used NEPA to do that process, it should also be part of your direct expenses, right? But the indirect expenses is now the one that is not really direct in the production of that material, but is also part of your expenses. So you just do a total of all that and you come up with your total expenses. So when you take out that from your gross profit, you arrive at your net profit. This is on the assumption that you are running a small business. A small business in Nigeria, based on the new tax law, once your revenue is below 50 million in a year, you are tax exempt. And that tax exempt is company income tax or corporation tax or corporate tax. You won't pay that presently. So let's assume that that is where your business falls under. So you can take this as your final profit for the business or from the business. Before I talk about cash flow, let me quickly talk about, so what do you do with your net profit? After you've made that profit from the business, what is the best approach to ensure that your business is a going concern? Because it doesn't make any sense. When you think about it, why is it that a lot of small business in Africa don't build legacy businesses? They start the business, after a while, the business fades out. One of the very important reasons is this finance, because people don't properly apportion their profits to ensure that the business is a going concern. So this is my own formula. It's a guide. You can develop your own. In apportioning your net profit, how do you do it? I've said you plow back a portion of your profit. So you divide your net profit into 3 buckets. The first bucket is plow back profit. The next one is distribution. And the third is reinvestment or investment into other asset classes. So on my own chart, I said plow back 50 to 60% of your profit. So in the case of this bakery owner that has made 3 million naira as profit for the year, if 3 million naira is our profit for the year, how is she supposed to treat this 3 million? I said plow back 50% minimum into the business. So it means she will put back 1.5 million into the business. Then I said distribution to partners. What does this mean? Maybe your business is running based on funds that you got from partners. You have partners in the business, or you have a friend that you've collaborated with, or it's just you. I do not believe, my own personal philosophy, I don't believe that people should just suffer, and not enjoy the fruits of their reward. So in a way, 10% of your profit to take it for yourself, I don't think is going above board. For instance, even large corporations do it. I have shares in over 15 companies in Nigeria, and twice a year they pay us dividend. Dividend is a share of profit. So the company will say, we've made profit for the year. We're plowing back some of our profit, but want to share some part of the profit with people who have investments in our company so that we can encourage them to bring more funds and to continue to do business with us. The next one is now investment into other asset classes. Banks, big corporations do this as well. When they make profit, they plow back some part of the profit, they distribute some to their shareholders, and they invest some into other asset classes. You can invest some of your profit into real estate. You can buy properties from profit that you have made from your business so that you are effectively diversified. You are not over-invested into a single business. So when you want to reinvest, I said 3 things: plow back or reinvest 50%, distribute 10 to 20%, and invest 20% into other asset classes. For that reinvestment part, what form can it take? I believe it can take 2 forms. The first one is additional stocks. So I run a bakery. I've made 3 million at the end of the year. I plow back 1.5 million. That 1.5, what will I use that money for in the business? It can be for stocks. I can buy additional stocks, maybe buy flour, buy sugar, buy baking pan, buy all the things that I need in the business, right? The next utility of that money is I can look for business opportunities for my business. So when people say that my business is not doing well, the first inclination is for them to go out of the business and look for other things. But guys, do you know that for every business, there are at least 10 other businesses that you can bring out from your existing business? So those are the things I call business opportunities. Let me give you an example. Someone once said to me that I have a hotel business and my hotel business is not doing well. So I want to go into another business. I said, before you go into another business, think about it well. In a typical hotel business, there are 10 other businesses that you can bring out. Number one, you have swimming pool in your hotel. Can you convert it to a swimming school where people come, they pay to swim every week? They are not locked in your hotel. The only business they have with the hotel is they come to swim every Saturday and they pay. That's one model. That's one business opportunity. Another one, your business has a restaurant. Your hotel, a typical hotel would have a restaurant. Who said the restaurant should only serve in-house guests? Why can't it be open to be a restaurant that every other person can come, even people from outside? So number 2 is restaurant. The hotel has a gym for your guests. Who says that the gym needs to be for the hotel alone? You can open up the gym, iFitness, Eco Fitness, all the gyms that we have in Nigeria right now. You can become one of them. Open up a gym, open up the gym to outsiders. That's number 3. And I can go on and on. I can list at least 10 business opportunities in every business. Let me do for fashion designer. A fashion designer, bespoke tailoring is a business opportunity. Ready to wear is another business opportunity. Specialization, you become a specialized uniform maker. That's another business opportunity. You become a supplier of fabrics to not just for your own operations, but to other tailors as well. You start selling fabric because fabric is also related. That's another business opportunity. You start selling things that they use in making clothes, thread, needles, and all of those things to other. Now you have moved from B2C to B2B. So those are ways that you can utilize the portion of that money that I said reinvest. Then the other portion that I said invest into other asset classes. What are some asset classes that you can think about? Generally, investment is divided into 3 buckets. We have low risk investment, medium risk investment, high risk investment. Low risk investment like mutual funds, real estate, precious stones. I made a post. I'm a social media influencer for people that may not know me. I create a lot of finance content, right? And I have quite a large following on different social media platforms. So I created a content where it was off a conversation I had with someone. The person bought gold per gram, a gram of gold in 2021. He bought it at 24,000 naira, 24,000 naira per gram. As at now, 2025, a gram of gold is 168,000 naira. So his investment had increased by 582%. So this is a way to hedge against inflation. Someone is saying, oh, my money is losing value. How can I hedge my money against value? Because this naira and dollar wahala, what are the options available to you? You can invest in commodities like precious stones, gold, silver, diamond, and all those kind of investments. Low risk investment, medium risk investment, and even on real estate. Some people will say that you need a lot of money to start real estate. I don't believe so. Right now, I'm invested in real estate in Nigeria, and I'm also thinking of investing in real estate abroad. When I spoke to the real estate company abroad, I needed 50,000 pounds to buy a property. I didn't have that kind of money, and I do still have it, but I want to do it. And then that led me into an opportunity that is called fractional ownership or real estate syndication. There are companies abroad right now that bring people together to jointly invest. So I cannot afford 50,000 pounds to invest in a property, but I can afford 5,000 pounds. Let's say I can afford 5,000 pounds. Those companies will now serve as midwife or an intermediary to bring 10 of us together from different countries. We don't have to be Nigerians, from different countries to buy that single property. Let's say the property is now bought at 50,000 pounds. Every month, it's a rental property. They rent it out, and let's say the rent is 3,000 pounds. When they get the 3,000 pounds, it's 10 of us that contributed 50,000 pounds to buy it. It will now be, if the rent is 3,000 pounds every month, they will share it 3,000 divided by 10. So it means each of us will be getting 300 pounds every month. So as a wise person that I am, as a financially savvy and smart person that I am, I opened an account in the UK. The money is going there. I'm not touching it. As I get extra money, I add it onto it. At the end, maybe at the end of 2 or 3 years, I'll be able to afford. I have a pool of funds that I can now use to buy maybe a property, a standalone property. I do another one that is 3 of us now. No longer 10 of us, but 3 of us. That is how to think about investment. Long-term, strategic, and intentional. Then the next one is medium risk assets that you can invest. Don't forget, I'm talking about how to invest in other asset classes outside your business. So since you already have a business, you don't have the capacity to run multiple businesses at the same time, but you want to have other asset classes that pay you money or that brings you money. That's why I'm giving you these options. The next one is medium, stocks, ETF, agro commodities. To shock you to know that I'm a believer in the Nigerian stock market, not out of sentiment or emotionalism, but because it works. I've seen the result. I've invested. There was a particular stock I bought. I paid 1 million naira to buy one. I paid 1,130,000 to buy 1 million units of of that company shares. And in 1 year, it doesn't happen like that all the time. In 1 year, it went up to 18 million. So 1 million became 18 million within a year. But like I said, it doesn't happen like that all the time. You need to just check the fundamentals and know what you're doing. Then the last part is high risk investment. High risk investment like Forex, angel investing, VCs. For some people, some business owners, it will get to a certain time that you now start thinking of how can I invest in other people's businesses as an angel. Of course, that's high risk, but you need to check the fundamentals of that business as well. Think about people who invested into companies like Paystack, Flutterwave when they started. So opportunities, we have opportunities in that space. Let me quickly go back, and that will be my 2 last slides, because I don't want to also overshoot the time that I was given. Is cash flow. You must understand your cash flow. You know, I said part of the things that you must understand, cash flow is one of them. Cash flow, just break it down, it's just English, cash flow, how cash is flowing, and flow can be in or out. So you must understand how cash flows into your business and how it flows out of your business. I made a post earlier, just before this session, where I just asked the question. I said, as an entrepreneur, do you have no payment days in your business? The days that you don't pay out money to people. If you don't have, you should start having it. It's a good cash flow management strategy. You don't just do things anyhow. And we can take lessons from big businesses. I used to work in oil and gas just before I went on to stand on my own. And I used to lead a team of salespeople, and that's one of the lessons that I learned. When we go to all these big companies, multinationals, big companies, and we're trying to pitch to them to start buying diesel from us, one of the things they tell us is, well, we're willing to buy, but you guys need to understand our payment terms, 90 to 120 days. It means you supply and wait for 120 days before you collect your money. Say, and our own business, our own company is a small company. We need money quickly. But you are saying you have to tie down our money. So we lost out on most of those opportunities because we didn't have money to tie down. So as a small business owner, how can you apply that kind of thinking to your business? You can have payment days to say that every week I only make payments on Friday. So anybody that wants to do business with you, they know that in advance, that this is because that's the beauty of structure. People would know your structure and would choose by themselves whether they want to work with you or not. So we have cash flow from 3 dimensions. There are 3 dimensions of cash flow. Cash flow from investing, from operations, from financing. So cash is flowing into your business. There are 3 ways that cash flows into your business, or cash can come into your business or go out of your business. The first one is through investing activity. So it is possible that people will invest into your business, right? And it's also possible that you invest into the business of other people. So cash flow from investing activity, and whether in or out, that's the explanation for that. Then for operations, operation talks about your usual operations. Maybe you are a fashion designer. When you make clothes and you sell, that kind of cash is cash flow from finance, from operations, because you get it from operations. And from financing, I'm sure that we're going to have a presentation from Providus Bank. Bankers are there to be able to let you understand the source of financing and all of that. So when you get a loan from a bank, it's more like financing cash flow. They're financing your business as well. And these are some financing options for SMEs, because I saw that a lot of times we want to limit ourselves to loan. It's only loan I need. No, sometimes you just need to think out of the box. What are the other sources of finance that is open to my business as a business owner? Grants, angel investors. In Nigeria right now, we have Lagos Angel Investing Network, Investors Network. You can Google them. They invest into businesses. If your business, of course, there are criteria that your business needs to meet for you to get that kind of investment. So you can explore that. Bank loans, the bankers are there to explain how that works. The next one is crowdfunding. This is a bit tricky because there are laws, especially from SEC point of view. SEC is Securities and Exchange Commission. If you're going to do crowdfunding in Nigeria, and it's crowdfunding for the purpose of investment, there is a regulation around it. If it's cash flow for the purpose of gifts, for instance, someone comes up and wants to raise money from the public for a cause, to say that I want to give food items to people in Benue, people that were affected by the violence in Benue. So those kind of things are allowed, less regulated, less stringent. But if it is you come to the public to say, I want to raise money and I'm going to pay you back some sort of interest. A lot of wrong things goes on in Nigeria, where you see people who run businesses, they will come up online and start raising and say, oh, invest into this. Those things are wrong. You cannot do it in a sane country. But it's because it's until things go wrong before the authorities now wakes up. But the truth is, it is wrong for a business. If you're going to raise money from the public, it has to be done through SEC. Either you're going through a SEC licensed company. Example, you can go through asset managers and they will help you to raise funds from the public. You can issue commercial paper on your behalf and raise funding for you. Any kind of fixed income instrument can be used to raise funds for you, but you cannot come to the open and declare that you want to raise funds without license in Nigeria. It is wrong. The next one is revenue-based financing. And I like this model more because you're not really losing so much of your business. How does it work? It is you pledging a percentage of your future revenue to the investor. So a typical investor comes to you and say that, or you go and meet an investor and invest that I need 100 million for my business. The investor says, okay, I'm going to give you 100 million. For how many years? You say for 5 years. What is your current annual revenue? Let's say your current annual revenue is 200 million and you need 100 million urgently for something. And you are requesting to pay back the 100 million in 5 years. And David, okay, your current revenue is 200 million. Perfect. So I will inject the 100 million into the business, but I will collect 100% as my interest for giving you this money. So you're going to pay me back 200 million in 5 years. That means every year you pay me 50 million every year. 200 million for 5 years. No, that's not, that should be 40. 4 times 5 is 20. So you pay me 40 million every year for 5 years. At the end of 5 years, you have fully paid 200 million. You go on your own, I go on my own, and we are done. So that's the way revenue-based financing works. A portion or a percentage of your revenue is pledged to an investor for a specific period of time. And of course, we have asset financing or leasing. So sometimes you don't really need to get a loan. What you just need is you need to buy an asset for your business. You can get someone to finance that asset. Banks do that a lot. They'll finance the asset. The asset is in their name until you fully pay up and the asset is now transferred to your company. So those are the financing models that you can consider for your small scale business. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'll be here to listen to your questions, but I'm done. Thank you.
All right, so if you have questions for him, and I'll give you the mic and you may speak. Anybody with questions? Anyone? So I think you have okay, saturated. You are still trying to digest it. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Aminat. I own a business computer village. Please, can you please explain better on that revenue-based finance? I didn't quite get it very well.
Mr. Shea, did you hear her well? Hello?
Yes, I got the question. She said I should explain revenue-based financing. Correct?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it's straightforward. It's just you pledging a percentage of your revenue to someone that is investing in your business. So let me take that example, another example. Let's say you need 20 million for your business now, as of today, and you approach an investor. An investor tells you that, okay, I can give you this 20 million, but you're going to pay me a total of 30 million, meaning you're going to pay 10 million extra, right? On that money, you're paying me 30 million. You now apply a structure to it. It can be, say, for like 5 years. That's what you use to pay that money. It means every year you pay something. So let's divide this 30 million divided by 5. Let's say that gives you, like, it will be 5 point something. Let me just say, like, let's say it's 5 million. You pay 5 million at the end of every year. As to make, don't forget, You already have revenue in the business. You are selling. As you are making money at the end of every year, you are paying the investor 5 million. Year 1, 5 million. Year 2, 5 million. Year 3, 5 million. Year 4, 5 million. Year 5, 5 million. Once you are fully paid up, that is the end of that agreement. So again, revenue-based financing is you pledging a portion of your revenue to an investor for a certain period of time. Make sense to you? Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I got his point about if we don't have a system, then that means you don't have a business. So I wanted to ask him about people that have one-man business. So what do you do? How do you sustain yourself? Because you don't have a system, but you are one man, but you are doing your business. You know what you are doing, but you don't have people to employ. You don't have equipment, but you're working. So how do you sustain yourself as a one-man business? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. I get that question a lot. Yeah, that's the challenge with businesses that are started by one man or one-man business. So how do you scale a one-man business? It's very simple. You have to be very deliberate about it. Think about it this way. You start the business and you don't put structure around it. You don't scale it. You just run it. At the end of the day, maybe you get tired or you grow old, and then at 90 years, you go. It means the business is gone. And I'm saying this, I made a post a while back about succession planning and succession of businesses in Africa. Why a lot of our businesses, why we don't have like a Toyota, a Honda, all these big businesses that have stayed generations and generations. Is because of this same problem. People just build businesses. They don't take time to plan their succession. There are different ways to do succession. Your children don't have to take over the business. You can move the business from a one-man business to a limited liability to a public limited liability company where you actually take the business to become a public business and other people can have interest in the business. That's a dimension. The other dimension is you can establish a trust. There's something called trust fund. You set up a trust fund, you put the business in the trust. The business is managed by the trustee. You are an employee of the business. So the trust helps you to bring the structure, the people that you need to hire and all of that. The other way is while you're still running the business, can you get people that can be trusted, that you can mentor, that you can train? Maybe an employee of yours. Let's say you are a mechanic. Let's say you're a mechanic and you have a workshop. You're not the only one in that workshop. You have employees in that workshop. Can you think of creative ways that after you have trained employees, there are some of them that when you have trained them, because there is no incentive, that's why they just leave and there is nothing. The concept of freedom, we need to re-examine it. You don't just free people. Can you have a contract with them that, okay, even though I've trained you and you know the job, can you work another 5 years for consideration? And when you bring any customer that you bring, you'll be running your own business. So it's your own thing. It's as though it's your own business under my business. You have your own freedom, but you only be paying a percentage of whatever revenue that you make to me. I don't know. That's a model that can work. But I'm just saying that we need to think outside the box and just be creative about how we think about businesses, right? I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's the way I can think about it.
Thank you so much. Who else? I hope it answers the question, sir. All right. Okay, we have someone at the back. A lady, gentleman, lady, going like that. Is that how we're going to do ping pong?
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning or good afternoon. Thank you for the class. So my question is about buying raw materials in bulk, for instance, packaging material. So if you buy packaging materials in bulk and then when you're doing your income statements, right, maybe you still have a lot of that packaging material left, but money has gone out of your account, right, as an expense. How, being that is not something that you can add depreciation to, how does that reflect in your income statement such that you know that the money that has gone out is for packaging material, is still left, but you have expended money for it. I don't know if you understand the question.
Well, I'm struggling to understand the question. You're an accountant, I guess.
No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I've really
Okay.
been trying to get my hands to understanding um, income statements, balance sheet, and
Okay.
all. So what I mean is, you have expended, say, 5 million to buy packaging materials in
Stock.
bulk. And
Yes.
at the end of the accounting year, say December, you still have that packaging material, a good amount left.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
under your other operating costs, that comes in as an expense that has
True.
been, so it will make
Yeah.
your net profit really small.
Understated, which is true.
How do you balance that out? Because you still have the entry. How do you do it such, if someone is looking at your book, it doesn't seem like the net profit of your business is really minute. Meanwhile, you have something
Okay.
as an inventory.
Okay. All right. I get what you're saying now. So that is why you cannot, books of accounts comes in groups. You cannot understand the whole strength of a business by looking at the P&L account alone. That's why we have balance sheet as well. And on balance sheet, there is an element called stock, right? So your stock, whatever stock you have, the balance of your stock is already carried as an asset in your business under your balance sheet. Do you understand? So in a way, when I want to know the full strength of your business as an accountant, what I'm going to be asking for, I'm going to be asking for your P&L account, and I'm going to be comparing it with your balance sheet. Do you understand? So that's the simple explanation I can give so that I don't go into a lot of complexity. The simple explanation is your stock is captured in your balance sheet as an asset in your business. Do you understand? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, let's appreciate Mr. Sheyi Abiodun again. Thank you, sir. I know you'll still be online and we'll still call on you as we go on with the proceedings of today. Yes, we are still right on time. And talking about time, when we were small and mommy will tell you, what's the time? Martin, tell us the time. And you say, the long hand is on 12 and the short hand is on which other one? Okay, so that's how we need time. And that's how at this stage we talk about finance at the level you understand. You may not go into all the details, but gradually as we have our consultants here, they will help us understand better. Yes, we are going to talk about financial planning. That's Providus Bank. Major partner here, coming on stage again is Mrs. Oyebisi Ogunlade, Relationship Manager, Institutional Banking Division of Providus Bank. Please let's give her a round of applause as she talks again in literal times of long hand is on 12 and short hand is on 6.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here again. I'm delighted to be here again. It's always a pleasure talking to SMEs. Standing on the existing protocols, I'd like to recognize some people. Mr. Ameza, it's nice meeting you for the first time. Mr. Isaac, you've been my partner. Thank you very much. My colleagues from Providus Bank, thank you. And to the DG in absentia, I say thank you. So the last speaker, Mr. Sheyi, after he spoke, I don't think there's any reason for me to come up here anymore because he practically did justice to everything that we need to know. I am not an instructor, so don't expect me to talk like him. However, as a banker, as a finance person, I would also like to give you my view on financial planning and the position of my bank in supporting your business to help you to also plan your business, because we love to see you grow from a cottage business to an emerging corporate. You know, we call it emerging corporates. Then we say large corporates. You know, we have some nomenclatures. You know, now we'll still call it a cottage business. then it becomes emerging corporate. It becomes large corporate. Now you are still an SME, no, in fact, if not MMSME. So, like what Mr. Sheyi, you've heard some words from him. He made mention of a lot of words. He said, you've heard about capital. He said something about capital. He said something about operating expense, working capital, profit, retained earning, cash flow. He said something like staff, like trust, like reconciliation, and so many big words. You know, it reminded me of when I was doing my course in CIS, Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers. All these big names, big words, you must know them. An investment, pension and investment analysis then, you know. But here we are not in class, you know, we are in business class. We were students back then. Here we are businessmen. So I'm going to pick some of these words and then we'll now talk about them and what the bank has to offer. I won't spend so much time. He's a teacher. Me, I'm a business person. You know, when I was in the university then, I studied engineering. There was this man that came to teach us about adhesives, paints. So we're used to a teacher will come, a lecturer will come, will tell you, you use acetyl, this, all those chemical name, polyethylene, blah, blah, blah. And the man just came. He will tell us, you are going to use this. We are going to be using some cups. You use 2 cups, mix with 3 cups, you mix 4 cups, and you mix distilled water, you mix this, and some say you mix kerosene, and at the end of the day, you have your emotion, you have your this, you will be like, okay, he said, I am in the business. I'm on the streets. You are in the class. Your lecturers are in the class. They teach you theory. We are going to be teaching ourselves practical. I'm not teaching you what is paint. I'm teaching you how to make paint. And we got the message then. So that's how we're going to go. Now, capital, I will start with capital. Capital is how much you have invested in your business. It could be personal, it could be equity, it could be debt. Personal, as in you save up your money, you start the business, you save up your money, and you are doing it yourself, your personal capital. Or equity, you raise funds. You know, equity comes in various forms these days. It's just said one now. You can do crowdfunding, you can do that, you can raise funds, and you can do debt. You know, you can borrow money, you can go to different forms of capital. Irrespective of whatever means you do, it is capital. And that is how all businesses start from. And the aim of us being in this class is particularly how to keep our capital, because once we have lost the capital, the business is dead. I believe you're with me. Once you have lost the capital, the business is dead. Most of the banks, the bank that was liquidated recently, they said because shareholders fund is 0, negative. That means the capital is gone. So once capital is gone, business has gone. So how do we keep our capital? Then we talk about operating expense, because you know, truly business is you have your money, you start, you buy this, then we're talking, you know, you have your money, that is a capital. You don't begin to go to market, you source for raw materials, you are going to operating expense, just in layman terms, not like classroom that Mr. Sheyi was talking about. You now go to market to buy all those in operating expense. Then you now begin to sell, sales, revenue comes in, and then you now say, I have my profit. So we are going to be looking at these things and then what the bank has done at different points in time to safeguard us so that we can still be in business and the bank can still be business, because it's actually a symbiosis relationship. I was going to say, please bear with me. Okay. Under operating, you know, I said in capital, it could be personal, it could be equity, and it could be debt. Debt is you borrow money, other people's funds. Expense, operating expense involves a lot of things: raw materials, transportation, labor, that's salaries and wages, electricity, owó ọmọ onílẹ̀, owó ọjà, owó this, owó that. And the day that they will just inflate price up suddenly, all those things comes together to make up your operating expense. And then you also have your sales. You know, whether you are selling directly to retailers, you are selling, you are doing wholesales, you are doing bulk sales. You know, we have different names we call them. You are doing bulk sales, you are doing retail. You send to end user, you are doing wholesale, you are a distributor, you want major distributor. Anyhow you want to sell, it is still sales. And then we also have our gain, our profits. And then they've told us net income, net profit, gross profit. So we're going to be breaking that as well. Now, how does it work? After we have done production, you know, we said we separate all these things so that we are able to, at any point in time, identify that this is what my cost entails. Like the example he gave, somebody that is selling pure water, you will say that they come to deliver for me at home. Mind you, cost of transportation is also there. Then you just put it in freezer. The freezer is, after all, I didn't go to put it in freezer, but there a cost to that deep freezer that you put it. Electricity. These are costs that we also need to put into consideration so that at the end of the day, even though I am buying a bag of pure water for, how much is it now, sir? 400. And I'm selling it at how much? 500. My gain is how much? My gain is not 100 naira. My gain is how much? 50 naira. How did we arrive at 50 naira? Open class. How did we arrive at 50 naira? Auntie, you are talking. Please stand up and talk.
You cannot say for sure that your gain is 100 or 50 naira until you have added all the other expenses, the cost.
Thank you. You cannot say for sure. You know, we just say 50 naira because we assume those other expenses will not sum up to 50 naira. They might not be up to, but the point there is that our gross income is actually 100 naira. By the time we now begin to less expenses, we'll begin to less, that's common income statement, Abi. We'll begin to less our expenses. We are able to arrive at our net income. At Providus Bank, what have we done? You know, when you open accounts with us, our multi-level account enables you to plan yourself. We have customers that have account in their multi-level account. They say this account is for expense accounts, away from the account. You know, you don't open accounts for you to go to market. You know, you open account with income. At the end of the day, you are able to say, for this particular transaction or for this particular business, my expense is this, I move it to this. My expense is that, I move it to that. So you have that. Are we following? Our multi-level account enables you to be able to reconcile your business. You have, we say, they call it account. It is from there they make expenses. So for you to start this business, I put 100,000 into it. I'm just being, you know, okay, let's talk like, I put 100 million into it. Okay, 50 million into it. And it is from here that I expend for this business. At the end of the day, I'm able to put things together, not in my brain. For every expense into that project goes into that account. So we are able to reconcile that in the production of dry or smoked fish, this project that I am doing, all expense on this project goes into this account. You put in the capital from there, and you make all expense into that account as you like it. You don't have to model everything up. So we are able to help you to segregate your spending with our multi-level accounts. Now, you are also making sales. You have different line of business, because most of us in Nigeria, we don't just do one. You have different line of business. We are also there to support you with our multi-level too, so that for you today, you have a pure water, another day you have a beauty products, another time you are into events. Each of them can be created. You know, we want to make you a conglomerate for yourself so that you can do your group account. I think they don't call it group accounting anymore. What is it called now, sir? Group accounting. Yes, it's still group accounting. Yes. You know, so that will make you a conglomerate. So with this one, you are able to identify which one. And at the end of the day, you are able to say, this one is doing better than this. So I'm able to concentrate on okra than egusi. Are we following now? So you are able to concentrate. So with Providus Bank, you can be rest assured that we will do that for you. Also, you know, I don't want to follow Mr. Shea, because if I follow Mr. Shea, he won't live here today. Also, for the product we have also done for you to support you is, you know, I said something then that one of the things you hear around is trust. You can't be everywhere at the same time. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. Trust. My staff, my this, my that. No, we don't want you to go through that. Our Notify Me will do that for you. And that was what Dr. Alausa was talking about. Our Notify Me will do that for you. How will that help you? While you are here, your salespeople are doing business for you. They don't need to be calling you to make confirmation. With the Notify Me, every sales they can see. And the same thing you can see. With our new POS too, every sales you can see. Whether they are doing transfer or they are doing with our new POS and our Notify Me, you are rest assured that you can see all what they are doing. They cannot tamper with it. On that Notify Me, if they have to tamper with it, it will send a OTP to you. So you know that somebody is tampering with it. They cannot see your balances. And they're only limited to what you expose them to. If you want them to see both income, credit and debit, they will see. If you want them to see the debit alone, they will see. They cannot generate your statement. They can't send anything out. And you may want to wonder, peradventure, this person that is working with me has left. How will she? Just call us. We will remove the device. In fact, we'll teach you how to remove the device, because back end you can remove the device by yourself. If not because I'm here, I can also show you how to remove the device. You remove the device and the person is gone and your business is back as a whole. That is what we have done. It comes to you free of charge, so you are not paying for anything. Also to aid you in making sales, because sales is the oil of your business. If you produce and nobody is buying, you are not doing anything. In making sales, we have developed our decal. With our decal, just put it there. You can either do transfer or QR code. So for those who to be very fast. With QR code, you can just do QR code and then you go. Then we also have Amphi card. With our Amphi card, my e-business people, they will come to talk about that one. With our Amphi card, you can either pay and receive funds. So there's a chip with which you can receive fund. That one, you don't need a network or whatever. There's network. With the Amphi card, you can receive, you can also pay out. We talked about business continuity. Mr. Shea talked about business continuity. At Providus Bank, we are also mindful of that. We don't want you to start the business and it ends with you. And so we also have our bucket of investment for you to also invest in. So with this, that's how you can also do your retain. You know, we say retain earnings as if it's very big. What is retain earning? It just means for you to plow back into the business. He said that he buys shares of other banks. I do too, of other companies. I invest. Once retain earnings, 1 plus R, 1 plus B equal R. Sorry about that. Sorry. Or R plus B equals 1. R plus B equals 1. Payout retain earnings equals 1. So this is, they have made income of they like to declare big names. So let's give me one figure. They've made income of what? 1 billion. That's not big. If you're talking about bank, 3 trillion. That's more like it. They made 3 trillion, and they at the meeting AGM, they said the board of directors, they have agreed that we are going to pay out 2 naira per shares, and everything is summing up to how much? Let's say 1 trillion. So the retain any what? 2, because they have paid out 1. So that 2 goes back. And that's when you see shareholders say, no, the amount they are paying us is small. It is our money. How many of us are shareholders here? Mr. Sunday is a shareholder. So you understand what I'm saying? So we say, no. Me, I have said I will not buy Access again. They said Access, they are improving, they are doing this, they are investing. I don't care. I need my money. I don't care. I need my money. So that is the bane of shareholders. The same way, even though you are the only person in your business, you are also a shareholder in that business. There are stakeholders too. So we also want you to have retained earnings. And once you have retained earnings, you can reinvest it into the business, or you diversify. Access Bank, like I was just using an example, they are diversifying abroad. Providus Bank, your bank, is also diversifying too. Our retained earnings, we are also acquiring some other things. Very soon it will hold to you. You will see that we are going places. All those stories of their branches are not here, they don't have plenty. We are going out of that very soon. The same thing we want you to do. Okay, I'm hearing some murmuring. Some people they are breast information. They are good businessmen, you know. So the same way we want you to do too. So once you have these retained earnings, what do you do with them? We have buckets of investment at Providus Bank for you. Our FD rate is very fantastic. Our FD rate is very good. FD is what? Fixed deposit. I know we all know it. If you want to do treasury bill too, we have it there. If you want to do bonds, we have it there. So that you can also divest. Now, I put something to you. You know, when you do investments in money market, it's not, the returns might not be as big as when you do capital markets. However, high risk, high return. Low risk, low return. No risk, no return. That is it. That's a high risk, high return. Low risk, low return. No risk, no return. Yes, we have institutions that pays you, they will tell you they will pay you 20% on 1 million. On the day you want to collect your money, they will be managing you. We don't do that. We don't do that. In capital markets, you can put 1 million today to buy Depending on the position of the market, if the market is bullish, good for you, you can make that 18 million. And if the market is bearish, you can return back to 10,000. If the market is bearish, you can return back to 10,000. But the beauty of money market and our investment portfolio is this: your capital is worth guarantee. And capital is very, very key. Capital is very key. I have invested before in capital markets and I saw my money. In fact, the very first time I made $1 million in my life after graduation, I did one consultancy for one woman and 2 transactions like that. And it gave me like 1,050,000. And I felt big, you know, I've arrived. I'm a millionaire right now. I said I was going to buy a car. Then with 700,000, you can still buy some Tokumbo car. If I had known, I would have just bought the car and be feeling cool, you know, this babe has arrived. She's a big girl right now. I invested it. And right before me, my money went back to 150,000. Right before me. I do analysis every day for my company. But I was hopeful that this company have good indices. You know, that's the word we use. The management system, the indices, and blah, blah, blah. And I started watching again. When it got to a point I was able to make like 700, I just made my money back. Carry my carcass. But in money markets, we ensure that your capital remains. And that is the key. That is the key. And that is what we guarantee you at Providus Bank. It's part of your financial planning. I think we deserve a round of applause. Mr. Martin is pursuing me from here. You know, we ensure that your capital is kept intact so that at any point in time that you need your capital, you can call us and you have it reinvested. Also, we know that another form of capital is interventions. You get different intervention, grants, BOI, and the likes of it. Providus Bank is there to support you. We'll give you a letter of intent. We will guide you on how to get this funds. So once you get there, just call us. We are there for you. At every junction of your business, we are there. Let me see if I've left some things behind. Yes, BPS. Okay. So at every junction of your business, we are there for you. Feel free to call any of our members, any of our staff that are here. You will see us wearing this t-shirt. We are here. Please, you can stand up for recognition from Providus Bank. From Providus Bank, my team at Providus Bank. Please stand up for recognition. So we are here. So feel free to talk to any one of us if you have not opened your account so that we can guide you into all this. Thank you.
Too much, man. I know she could go on and come. Let people give her a round of applause. Keep clapping for her. Keep clapping. Okay, let's now clap for Providus Bank as well. Yes, so much said and more to be said about Providus Bank. Yes, let's try this slogan for Providus Bank. You know what? I asked for us as EMP. I will say the 12 disciples because this is the 12th edition of the EMP, the SCCI EMP. So we now call it the 12 apostles or the 12 disciples for all our mentees here for this. But now for Providus Bank, when I say Providus Bank, you say sure banker. Providus Bank? No, it's not loud now. Providus Bank? From the back, are we banking very well? Providus Bank? Thank you very much. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Thank you, Mrs. Oyepisi. Oh, yes, we are going tech again, our tech crew, we are joining with the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Have you heard of them? LSETF? Good. We have the head business support unit joining us. She would have been here as well. However, due to some other contingencies of very, very important ones, like us, she could not make it there. She is none other than Mrs. Fumi Eric Shobukonla. Please confirm, you can hear us.
I can hear you. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, she's okay.
Good
So
afternoon, everyone. Hope you
yes,
can
now
hear
you,
me.
yes, we can hear you. You have the podium now.
I'm there in spirit. Thank you very much for that. Good afternoon, everyone, and apologies that I couldn't make it in person to give this wonderful to have this wonderful time with all the entrepreneurs here. I always love it when we have this kind of program. And today I've been asked to talk about providing access to market for as business opportunities, LSTF strategic support for the MSMEs in Lagos State. Um, it actually gives me a great joy, actually, whenever I'm being asked to come over to talk about what we're doing at LSETF and what you can benefit from us as business owners. And the topic today that I'm being asked to speak on, which is providing access to market opportunities for MSMEs, is actually one that we usually put aside and we forget that it's actually, that's more like the heartbeat of sustainable economic growth in Nigeria. Because if a business should start and put all the financials and every other business components together, but do not have a strategic market access plan, that business is just starting to fail. And so, in as much as you're an MSME, you have to have a strategic market access plan such that you're able to assess the market and also able to get your target customers, retain those target customers, and use various means. And thank God for technology now. You can definitely leverage on technology as well as a means to access the market and expand such that you're able to, make sales and grow your business. Access to market remains one of the most critical determinants of success for MSMEs. You would agree with me. Without the viable channels to showcase and promote and sell your products and services, definitely there is no business. Considering the fact that we even have innovations here and there, it makes it easy for you to be able to navigate and ensure that your products are out there and they are, visible to people and you're able to reach your right audiences and target markets. At LSCTF, we understand the deep reality of this. And that's why one sure thing for us as one of the programs that we run at LSETF is access to markets. And we put strategies in place to make it impactful and also offer support to all the diverse sectors in Lagos State. We have some carefully designed access to market supports program at LSETF. My unit where I head, we put together and create these activities and make it convenient and make it consistent for MSMEs, particularly in Lagos State, to be able to reach new customer, scale their business, and then be open to visibility. And once you're able to do this, you definitely will be increasing your revenues. Having said that, some of the programs that we have put together are exhibitions and trade events. We participate in most times exhibition programs with other partners and organizations such as LCCI, what they're doing today. We have some of our beneficiaries as well benefiting from this program. We ensure that we put our ears out there in order for us to be able to get informations that would help us. Most times we pay for this, most times we leverage relationships that we have established. And the basic and the most important thing is ensuring that we are able to bring it to MSMEs to showcase to the people and to the Lagos residents. And we believe that the more we have these exhibitions and trade events and we expose our MSMEs to this, the more they are able to expand and the more they are able to get new customer base and increase their revenue and even create jobs. And, one of the very important ones that we always work with LCCI with is the LCCI International Trade Fair that happens annually at the end of the year. We do not miss it for anything, and we always, patronize them to get booth stand, which we then cascade down to give to beneficiaries free of charge. And if you are actually an LSCTF beneficiary, owner, be ready to, join us this November for another round of that program. LSCTF is definitely going to be patronizing and buying boots from LCCI. And this time around, we're expanding because we're looking to impact 50 businesses this year. And I wish that the businesses that are here would be among those to benefit from that important program. We also offer supermarket and retail access, where we strategically have leakages for small businesses to list their products at some outlets and supermarket, whereby you are able to penetrate the marketplaces in supermarket and stores, and in a more structured and profitable sales channel. We do this by leveraging some of the relationships that we establish. Last year, we were able to support businesses to, get their goods and services into supermarkets, strategic ones, known ones that ordinarily you might not be able to, just walk in and tell them, oh, I want to put my product. And this is why we also ensure that we support businesses with necessary documentation, such as NAFDAC. And we might not be able to get you those NAFDAC, but we help to make it a soft landing for you so that you're able to, especially if you're in the agri or the food processing sector, you're able to get the right documentations. We support you with those steps that you need to take to be able to get these documentations that can, give your product more opportunities to, meet consumers in all ramifications. We also usually host pop-up markets and thematic events. One of those pop-up markets that we host is where we are able to directly make consumers use that platform to reach consumers and meet their customers and their target audiences. And example of such is the upcoming LSCTF agro-food pop-up market that is coming up. LSTF is going to be having together all agri businesses, and we have actually worked with LCCI to say we are giving them 10 slots of businesses that are in the agri and food processing businesses for free. We would be giving opportunities for them to showcase 2 days. That's on the 18th and 19th of July. You'll be able to showcase, you'll be able to network, you will be able to meet stakeholders in the agri sectors. We're having this in partnership with Ministry of Agri. We're also having it in partnership with LASPAC. So imagine having, the NDAs where you probably need 1 or 2 soft landing, together in a place, and you also have opportunity to meet with LSCTF's LSCTF team members that are in charge of the loan applications and the grant applications. You are able to, pull all of this together, and you're able to, talk to people, get more customers. And the major reason why we want to have this is so that we're able to bring about from the farm to the people. Imagine bringing your farm produce and your food processing products directly, without a third party, directly to the target audience. The only thing that we're asking for, because we're going to make this free for all businesses, is that there should be at least a 30% discount for people to be able to buy. You're not paying for spaces, you're not paying for anything. Ordinarily, if we were to put this together and we say, oh, each booth is going to pay 150 or 200,000, people will still definitely jump at it. But we're saying, don't worry, we're going to definitely cover every expenses. Just come in with your goods and ensure that you give a good discount, at least a 30% discount of your goods to enable people to buy. We are looking at the end of this program, you are able to even take home your customers, retain those customers, and, it's easy for them to reach out to you and buy directly from you, whereby a third party that would have brought about some hike in the prices is out of the way. So that's what we're looking at. This is happening on the 18th and 19th of July, like I said, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily at JJT Park at Alausa. You can please follow LSETF to register. It's on our social media platform everywhere. Please look up for it and do your best to register. And we will be reaching out to the 100 businesses that we're looking to showcase at this event. So imagine 100 businesses showcasing for free and being able to expand their businesses and get more customer base. We also are into digital marketing and ensure global visibility. We navigate through the digital age. We recognize the use of technology. We are committed to ensuring that as you are expanding, especially on accessing the market, we are also positioning you to use the right tools and the right technological available support, digital marketing. We are presently in collaboration with Wallets, giving out, programs that are providing online marketing tools, online marketing support, product branding and strategies, visibility techniques. One of the things we also do with Wallets is that we also have a marketing session, every now and then. We call it business advisory session, where you are able to come on board, discuss your needs, and Wallets as an expert is able to provide the necessary steps that you need to take in order for you to be able to scale your business and access the right market. We provide this one-on-one marketing diagnostics advisory session and guidance that you need to craft in order to win the markets, to put your strategies together. We also work with so many organizations. We work with organizations that are into media. We provided some businesses, about 10 of them, with media visibility, not just social media, but advertising visibility and also online campaigns. At LSETF, we also support our business owners with free marketing on our social media platforms, where we're able to promote a particular business and help them to gain more visibility. We also work with some organizations that are into advertising to give opportunities to businesses to advertise around the corners of Lagos State. We all know how much it will cost to do that, but because we have these relationships and partnership, we're able to give to businesses free of charge, whereby they are able to leverage this and broaden their customer base with this opportunity. We're also presently working on export readiness and global opportunities. We understand that at this point, we need to go beyond borders of Nigeria and also bring our products, to those that are not even living in Lagos or in Nigeria as a whole. So when I actually say export, I usually tell my boss something that export for me does not mean that it has to be global. It also has to do with me having a product in Lagos and I expand beyond Lagos to go to places like Ilori, Kanu, Kaduna, and the likes of it. That way you are exporting locally your business. And it also doesn't stop there. It also has to do it after, where you're able to take your products, from the shores of Nigeria to our sister countries, in the African continent. This has to start happening, and that's what LSETF is trying to do with our proudly made in Nigerian product that we're trying to showcase. We're working rigorously with other partners, and we're hoping that sooner or later we will be able to get this done. But recently we were able to work with Ministry of Agric and Afrexim, and we're able to support up to almost 50 businesses for this opportunity. And you can imagine, if we're able to do this consistently, we would be able to take our products outside the country. Beginning of the year, we were able to work with King's Trust, and King's Trust was able to take 2 of our businesses outside the shores of Nigeria over to the UK. And these businesses, we couldn't take the business owners, but we took the businesses out there. And believe me, when we did that, the product was really very good. And, people were asking if they could get the contact of the 2 products that we showcased out there. And that's what I mean when we say that we are looking to give access to export readiness opportunity, also training businesses to get them ready in order to put all that you need together, all the documentations that are needed in order to be able to penetrate the outside market. We are going to definitely be coming up very soon with with content and curated programs that would work with this export readiness. Once we get that right, you would definitely be seeing a lot of it on our social media platform and newsletters. And so with this, I'm able to let you know that for LSETF, access to market is a top priority for us, because this is even a way for us to be able to say that we are making an enabling environment for job creation for the business owners. We remain deeply committed to ensuring that businesses are able to access market, not just as a luxury, but as a reality for every MSMEs that we support. We strongly believe at LSCTF that when small businesses grow, jobs are definitely created and our community are thereby economically vibrant. When we provide platform for you to showcase your products, we offer trainings for you to refine your marketing strategies and also expose you to business opportunities and new market. We are not just providing an intervention at LSCTF, trust me, we are definitely investing in you as a person, as someone that has a dream, and also the economy of Lagos. So we encourage all the MSMEs, particularly those present here, to please endeavor to leverage all the opportunities that are available at LSCTF, particularly for the access to market programs, and also leverage the agri and food processing program that is upcoming that I mentioned. If you are into food processing and agri, this is an opportunity for you to showcase your business and ensure that you are expanding. You are able to get into new networking opportunities. You are able to get new customer base. You are able to create job for somebody, because you might just be needing someone to assist you here and there while you are showcasing, and you are also able to add to the quota of the economy of Lagos State. Kindly follow LSCTF and register. All the registration details are there. And if you are actually in any of our WhatsApp platform, by now you would have actually seen that we have put it up there, including the link to register. We're hoping that also the people present here, we are also inviting you, please kindly make use of this as an opportunity to support a business to grow, support a business to scale, help Lagos State to grow economically by attending this program, to buy directly from these vendors, such that together we are able to promote a good ecosystem, a thriving ecosystem that is scaling in Lagos State. So let me end this by saying that when we open a market, we are definitely unlocking a potential. Potential could be giving opportunities for scaling, giving opportunities for networking, giving opportunities for expanding customer base, giving opportunities to even meet with other business owners, whereby a collaboration might just happen at that instance. So please, when we are working together, we are inspired to provide confidence, and then when we support, we're definitely growing the MSME ecosystem. It is a seed that we are all planting, such that we are able to enable job creation and economic transformation. Thank you all very much for listening. At this point, I would love to take questions and provide answers as it is. Thank you all very much. My name is Eric Shobukola Oluwafumilayo, Head Business Support, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Eric Shobukola. We appreciate you. Okay, I think we may take one if there's any. Or else, I think we have also a staff of the LSCTF here present with us. She's none other than Miss Omotayo Akinwe. Please stand up for recognition. She's here. So if you have further questions, you want to know more about LSCTF, how you can gain from them, and how they can get impacted, please meet her afterwards, okay? Please. Did you all see her from the back? Did you see her? Please wave, let them see you. Yes, she's a giant, so you can see that already. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's give a round of applause once again. LSTF, let's clap for LSTF. Do so well. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a mouthful. I want to end with you that on this note, I hope she has been able to convince you and not confuse you that you need to work with LSTF. Now, let's look at tax matters this time around. And it's the last time last engagement we are going to have before we go on and declare the exhibition open, because we have to declare the exhibition open formally. So let us now invite to this podium, not digitally this time around, but physically. So I have to step out and he will hold the mic. And this time around, a gentleman, all right? We've been hearing from ladies a lot since, apart from my own voice. Okay, so he's none other than Mr. Isaac Isiwuji. He's the head of accounting, the unit of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and he's going to talk about tax matters here. Thank you, sir. Let's clap for him very well.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to use this opportunity to thank you for this platform, standing on the existing protocol. And Martins, I'm not sure you'll get your salary for missing my surname. My name is Isaac Ojiwusi. All right. Agent Finance, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Okay, actually, we'll be talking about some taxes. We've met before, not spiritually and not physically. We've met virtually. And while we were talking about determining costs and budgeting for business and business owners, isn't it? All right, thank you. And I also use that opportunity to digress and mention a lot of things, and documentations, record keeping, and so forth. These are very important in ensuring that we have our business properly projected in the eyes of government. I did mention to Ross that day that we have hyenas in business world who will not want your businesses to survive. And the hyenas are our neighbors, people that we live with, who supposed to be friends, but because of one thing or the other, and we also play into their hands as well. So they turn to be something else. So when we're talking about taxes, we're talking about your compulsory dues, levies we're supposed to give to government, being a good corporate citizen. And it is very important that we do this for the business to grow, for the economy to grow. When the economy is growing, your business will grow. Somebody said, sir, we want to have a stable business, stable job like you. And I asked the person, I said, have you heard this statement where people say in Yoruba, Adiyeba lokun, ara orokun, ara oradiye? I asked him, I said, have you seen a stable job in an unstable economy before? It's not possible. When the economy is not stable, no job can be stable. No business can be stable. So everybody will now be struggling on their own, survival of the fittest. And so ordinarily, what we're supposed to benefit from the tax is to ensure that the economy is okay. The infrastructure, the good road, the electricity, you don't buy diesel anymore or petrol to run your business. Everything is in order. You want to move from one place to another. You are not afraid of accidents or armed robbers or what do you call them again on the road. Lagos Ibadan Express Road is okay for you to travel in the night and in the day. So we use this. It is expected that taxes will be used to facilitate all this, to make life comfortable for everyone. And so now, giving or paying our taxes, for every one of us that are in this auditorium this afternoon, with the current tax review regime that has just been signed, if your business is not making up to 25 million per annum, you are exempted from tax. I told us that day, and I said that there is no need for you to run away from tax anymore. Because even the withholding tax, which is tax at the source, being deducted before the end of your financial year, that used to be 10%, 5% before, has now been reduced to 5% to 2%, depending on what kind of service you render. Are you getting the point? And more so, if you have your telephone number, if you have your NIN, if you have your BVN, with the just signed tax law, even if you are not doing business, even if you are not working, getting salary like myself, you can no longer run away from what? From tax. Just with your NIN, with your telephone number, unless you are not using telephone, unless you are not banking. So no one with this particular just that was signed last week, or is it last week or this week, that was signed, no one can run away from. So I just want us to first of all establish our mind that this issue of taxation, running away from pillar to post, has come to an end. We just have to comply. And Taiwo Yedele said, who is the chairman of the committee, that Nigeria, prior to this time, has been taxing poverty such that even if you are not making profit, even if you are not eating well, even if you are not able to get good accommodation, they are still asking you to do what? To pay tax. And this is what the committee has come to review and remove this wickedness from our system. I think it's better we clap for our country. Let's appreciate that we have a step in the right direction. And the fact that the National Assembly approved it, the president has signed it, it becomes a law. And so then the hyenas that we have within the system, those who are supposed to be, not all of them anyway, but we have some few among them who advantage the lapses of business owners. What are the lapses? We'll get to that. Who take these advantages and then they slam you with taxes you are not even supposed to pay. And then you begin to run helter-skelter. Oh God, please, this business, we are just managing. Okay, take this. The moment you begin to say, how will you help me? Please, you are in trouble. The moment police cuts you and say, oh God, now I'm in your hand. How do you help me? You are in what? You are in trouble. So also when you see tax officials and you begin to say, okay, we are all trying to survive. How will you help me? The moment they see, it's all about psychology. The moment they see, they already know you don't have any record. You don't even know your left from right. And the moment they see that, you're in trouble. And so we want you to get out of this trouble. Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is not just training you. We want you to be able to stand and be bold and be courageous. Anyone, anybody at any point in time coming to tell you or challenge your business, you should be able to confront them legally and morally that my business has come to stay and no one can push me out of business. And so, number one, major thing you need to do is documentation. Sheyi said it the other time. Every one of us I've been saying it again and again. I need not to stress the fact that your business must be registered. If your business has not been registered before now, you need to register. Register your business. Not only that, open an account, a bank account in the name of your business. Be ready. These are part of the documentations. You want to get grant from government, support from anybody, or someone has millions somewhere, he doesn't have ideas of what to use the money for, but you are executing your ideas, and he see how beautiful your idea is, and he wants to spend money on your business. But he will ask you, how is your business doing? It's not how my business is the best in this environment. I have this, I have. No. We work with facts and figure. So they want to see your documentations, your record, your invoices as you are purchasing, as you are selling. They want to see the record you are keeping. They don't see record by what you say. They don't see record by the beautiful product you have just, many of us, we see products or our business as pets. Pets, when you have pets, you keep them around you. You don't want to. One of my younger sisters said that I told you then that I was also into piggery before. And so my sister would tell me that pigs are not pets. They are stock in trade. And so, because, sometimes it is you that you say that pigs are dirty. To us, pigs are not dirty, and we can prove that. But then, by the time you feed them, and then they begin to look fine and robust and beautiful, if care is not taken, you want to keep them within your pen. But any pig you don't sell after 6 months, from the date of birth to 6 months, becomes a liability in your pen. And so some of us treat our business like pets and say, this product is very beautiful. There's no way customer will see it and will not want to have it. No. It's not about beautiful products. It's not about beautiful service. It's about the process that takes that you go through from the point A to Z of producing that particular product or service. Do you document them? When you go to market to buy, do you have the evidence of what you purchase? My sister was saying the other time about inventory. Do you have document to back up the inventory you have in your store? Do you know that you are not even supposed to pay withholding tax on the remaining leftover of your inventory, even though you purchase it within the same period? So if you don't have all this record in place, and then the tax official comes and says, you have made so much, then you are now running away. Then show him the evidence of what you make. You show him the documentation. You show him your P&L, income statements, and statement of financial position, which is called balance sheet. You show it to him and say, okay, of this, in the face of this document and record, am I supposed to pay tax? And in line with Nigerian law, am I supposed to pay tax? So, because we don't keep record, we become fidgeting when these people come, and then we begin to beg them. There is no government official you beg that will not extort you. There is no. And you can't, they will tell you ignorance is not an excuse. So many slangs that they will come and tell you, and you cannot win them. It's not the person that is talking to you that you will fight, and you can't fight government. And as a matter of fact, because they already know your weakness, that you don't know your rights, that is their strong point. It is your ignorance that makes some tax officials to have mansion today. If you are not ignorant, many of them will not. I tell the companies where I've worked, I tell them, I said, sir, please, don't let us pay PR. First of all, allow us to keep our record. Allow us to follow the law. Allow us to do all the necessary things. And allow me to go for TAC meeting. When we get there, I've seen where several situations, not a situation, where the tax officials will cook up figures. Both your staff that have gone and the staff that are inside, they will say, no, you have not paid payee on this. And of course, you know that even this person is not even, you don't even have these names on your payroll. But then they want you to come and defend. And because you don't know, how will you defend what you know, what you don't know? So record keeping is very important. Please and please, I start with record keeping, I will end with record keeping. Is very, very important. And you need to know we have talked about the cost. How many of us attended the course the last time about determining cost and budgeting for businesses? How many? Raise up your hands. Okay, this avenue is not an opportunity to go into that, but then I think they had the record, they can give it to you. So go over it again and as various behavior. You know what is your direct cost, as she also emphasized it, and indirect cost. So all these have their role in determining what you pay tax on. You know your fixed assets when you are procuring your fixed assets. So all this has to come to play when you are talking about taxation. But I just want to tell us this afternoon that if you don't have your record, you cannot run away from government anymore, because all that they need to track you is already in place and it's in your hand. Your telephone number is with you. Your NIN is with you. Please do your recording and documentation properly. Keep them intact and don't allow anyone, and don't make accountants your friends. I'm sorry. Make accountants your friends. There are people you can talk to who will not be charging you. And don't forget, I also told you that day that while your business is growing, it's not the time for you to now incur so much expenses that would make you to be struggling in surviving. There are people that can assist you. There are people that can also help you with little. It's not professional charges this time around. It's just a meager. And so make them your friends to guide and to advise you in putting your books together. So once you have this, you have your P&L, you have your balance sheet, you will be ready to face anybody anytime. And everything goes through your bank statement. You don't believe me? Then ask for my bank statement, I give it to you. So go and deal with it. But I want to tell us that good thing is happening in Nigeria. Good thing is happening to Nigeria, and good things will happen to our businesses in the name of Jesus. You.
Thank you, sir. Maybe I'll add pastor to that. Please, let's give a round of applause. A big, big one indeed. Thank you, our dear, let's say, he's also a boss to me here in this aspect, all right? I'm very careful about my salary too. Yes, of course. So thank you. And sorry about the error earlier. That's Mr. Isaac Ojiwusi. And I may also add Mr. Adetunji to it, inclusive there. And it's just all about, as you mentioned, let's watch out, statement of accounts and different other things that we should be careful about. Though I can also prepare my own bank and get my own bank statement. Is that bank statement of accounts? So I can also present my own too. Well, we're going to round up at this moment. It's time for us to go out and exhibit, to showcase what we have there. And I think some of us who brought things that we're very open shop like this over there. It's just space for shop like this with what some of us have brought here. Yes, we'll sell. That's the purpose of doing business. We'll sell, right? Sell, engage, and also share your contacts, get contacts, network. You can't live here without having someone's phone number. I've already picked mine. So you pick yours, get contact, and make sure you are working together after today's event. So to declare the exhibition open officially, okay, you have, okay, yes, for question, you may meet him afterwards. He's not going. Remember, he said he didn't join spiritually before. He joined it virtually that time. So he's physically here. So you can now meet with him. And they said befriend the accountant, right? Yeah, so make them your friend. And they say follow who Sabi road. Abi follow person who Sabi road. Abi, now so they talk am. Yeah, so who know road, may follow am. All right, so to declare the exhibition open properly, we are supposed to have our Director General, Dr. Chiral Mona, FCA, and she's been powerfully represented by the Director of the Research and Advocacy Unit of the LCCI, Dr. Sonny Omeza. Sir, over to you. So he's going to powerfully declare our exhibition open.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy to be here with you. I'm representing my DG, who is unavoidably absent, but I'm happy about the energy in the room and looking at transforming from ideas to impact. I truly look forward to see every one of us in our businesses have impact in this country called Nigeria. At our chief finance officer was telling us just now, something good is happening to Nigeria. Let's be positive. Let's have that positive mindset about what is coming. And I believe that surely, before you know it, your business is scaling up. You're moving from one shop to second shop, third shop, and all of that. And all that we have learned today, virtually, physically, all of us, especially from our best team, whom you are always with, I believe that you have learned a lot. And then going forward, I also see a lot of us very promising, look innovative, very aggressive. And I pray that for all that you do, you have results to show very soon. And before we go out to for the exhibitions, I'm sure some of you here have your out there, maybe. But if not, but we have products out there displayed, and they would like us to visit the stands and encourage all the traders there, those that have some products there. But I want to just say a big thank you to our partners who have helped, who have supported one way or the other, especially starting with, for this day, starting with Providus Bank at this year. All right, thank you very much for your support. We also have the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Thank you so much for all that you do, one way or the other, to support this initiative. We truly look forward to see us scaling and doing bigger things. Can we, how do we have do we take the photograph before we declare? Or because once we go, we are gone. All right, so we declared the EMP trade show open now for exhibitions. We want you to visit the stands. And as you visit, don't just visit where I believe that there's something in your pocket that is going to flow. And that the POS are going to work. And hopefully, like the accountant said, some records will begin to, tickle in. Yes. All right. So we declare the exhibitions open for all of us to attend. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Exhibition time. All right. So we can now do our business going forward. Thank you. Like we said earlier, still reiterating, network. I've taken some contacts. Take your own, no. Take your own contact. So financial advice you may need, you can see us here, me, Martin, Best, will direct you to the people that are in charge. Financial advice, other tax matters, advice you need for your business. Please reach out to me and we'll also direct you to the right person that will assist you or provide the advice you need. Thank you.